All right, guys, I thought I'd make another video about what's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. I think we're going to be seeing a pattern change that is going to start ushering in winter weather here soon. But before I get into this, I want to remind you, if you haven't joined my pro site yet, I invite you to do that. You'll get lots of extra information about the weather of the Ohio Valley there. If you want to join, you can join at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. Well, this is the temperature anomaly map for today, actually late today into early tomorrow. And as you can see here in the Ohio Valley, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the range of 15 to 20 degrees above normal. I know I'm going to be going to a football game tonight, and I might not even need a jacket tonight. It's going to be so warm. I think at football time, it's going to be around 75 degrees. So it's going to be a really nice evening. But I am expecting that this pattern is going to change soon, and we're going to get back to what would be more normal weather for this time of year. So first of all, I want to take it the Arctic oscillation. And as you can see, for several days now, the Arctic oscillation has been positive. And remember, when the AO is positive, this means that the polar jet stream is strengthening. And when it does that, it pulls all that cold Arctic air up into the Arctic Circle. And so that tends to mean that we'll be warmer down here in the Ohio Valley. But as you can see, it looks like the Arctic oscillation is going to go roughly neutral and then start to go negative. And that should begin in just a couple days. Remember, today is November 4th, and it looks like by November 6th, we could see that Arctic oscillation switch to more negative, and that would mean a weakening of the polar jet stream, which would allow Arctic air to plunge into the southern latitudes, possibly meaning even the Ohio Valley. And so on this map, this is for Sunday the 6th, and look up here in the northwest. There's that Arctic air coming in, and so that's the sign of that negative AO coming. And so over the next few days, I would expect this area of extremely cold air to move towards the south and toward the east. Now, let's take a look at the Pacific North American pattern for today. And as you can see, for several days now, the PNA has been negative. And remember, when the PNA goes negative, that means that we're seeing colder than normal temperatures out in the western United States. And typically that forces warmer temperatures into the east, which is certainly what we are seeing right now. But as you can see from this projection, around November the 10th, so that would be 6 days from now, so we're looking at around next Thursday, the PNA is expected to go roughly neutral. Now, with a neutral PNA, what can often happen there is you get a mixed bag, temperatures around normal, but you can get colder temperatures in the northern United States and then warmer temperatures in the south. And so this brings in the possibility of winter weather starting to come back. And certainly, as I just showed you a couple slides ago, with the AO going negative, this means that colder air is definitely going to be in place. And if you take a look at this map, this is from the CFS model, and this is being projected for Sunday, November the 13th, and you can see that would be by next Sunday. It's showing that we could see some snow in the Ohio Valley. And again, that makes sense to me with the AO going negative and the PNA going at least neutral. We could certainly see some snow in the eastern United States by next Sunday. Now let's look further ahead and now take a look at the North Atlantic oscillation, or the NAO. So the NAO is a measurement of the pressure over the North Atlantic Ocean. And as you can see, the NAO has been positive for several days now, but we're expecting around November the 21st, around that time, that the NAO will go negative. So when the NAO goes negative, that typically means that there's a strong high pressure over the North Atlantic Ocean. And when there is a strong high pressure over the North Atlantic Ocean, it tends to block storms in the eastern United States and causing them to move very slowly and to go up the East Coast. In other words, this is a perfect setup for what we call nor'easters. Those are the big storms that tend to bring the most snow during the winter months. And so it's looking like around November the 21st, we could be getting a setup like that. And if you watched my previous video, you know that I'm expecting that we could see a snowstorm in the Ohio Valley sometime during the week of Thanksgiving. And this projection on the NAO would certainly seem to continue to confirm that around that time, this would be a good time to expect some snow in the Ohio Valley. And in fact, if you look at this map, this is also projected by the CFS model, and this is for that same date, November the 21st. And you can see right over here over the North Atlantic Ocean, we're starting to get high pressure. And so this would mean any of these low pressure systems, those are the storms, they would not be able to go right out to sea. And so they'd be forced to go up into the Northeast. And typically with that storm track, that's when we can see snow in the Ohio Valley. Now, I wanted to remind you of this. I looked at the PNA earlier, and I showed you that around November 10th, it's going to go roughly neutral. But then again, around November 23rd, we're expecting to see the PNA to go positive. So now remember, when the PNA goes positive, that means that the Western United States is going to see warmer than normal temperatures, which typically forces the colder than normal temperatures into the east. And so I'm still thinking around that time, that last week of November, this is when we could expect to see some snow coming to the Ohio Valley. And if you look at this map, this is for that same day, Wednesday, November 23rd, and you can see there's some snow up here in Western Canada. And if I'm right, we're going to see that snow come in and it will dip down into the central United States. And because of the positive PNA and the negative NAO, we would then see it track up into the Northeast, just across the Ohio Valley. And again, this would mean snow for the Ohio Valley during that week of Thanksgiving. So I am still thinking that that is a possibility. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like more information about the weather of the Ohio Valley, again, I invite you to join my pro site at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. Thanks for watching.